I was just gonna ask you about if you did you actually vacation there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff in the movie is it's a line between personal and autobiographical. So what I was trying to do is like the girl stuff wouldn't happen because I was such an insecure nerd. I wouldn't have even been on the beach with a girl, let alone like almost able to kiss her at that age. But things like my dad was a state trooper from Ireland who did take the family on vacation in the police car because he was so cheap because it would save on a free 1 tank of gas. And I looked forward to it. I mean, I think that's something that it's really depends on the viewer, of course, all movies. But for me, it was not ironic. There was a sincerity. Like when Brad shows up in Ocean City and you're looking at this montage and all it is kind of like beach hotel and then all you can eat buffet back and forth, and he's like, this is great. And right away that's a barometer for the viewer to be like, I understand that like that maybe isn't the coolest stuff in the world and it's not a big deal, but to him it is. So that's what I was trying to do, was really tell it from that kid's perspective, where there was no irony or condescension. It was just pure unadulterated love of like putt-putt golf.
But I hear that this idea came about in 1992.
Yeah.
Like in the era the movie set in.
Pretty close, yeah.
So it wasn't ironic, I assume? Or
No,
not
it's
nostalgic,
weird.
I mean, nostalgic.
Yeah, I mean, it was it's really strange, you know. I think it's a tough line, and even to sort of express it, because the movies that inspired this weren't directly The Karate Kid, but it was the knockoffs. It was like No Retreat, No Surrender, this sort of like kind of low-rent B-movie knockoff, the VHS version of the Hollywood movie. So inherently there's a little bit of cheesy factor going on with like the Teddy character that seems a little over the top. But yeah, it's really tough to say, but I had the idea when I was a senior in high school in 1992, and it was the same sort of general idea, like the core characters didn't change, and then every winter I would write it and say, I'm making it next summer, and then by March I was like, I don't have the money to do this, because I wanted to do it right. I couldn't do it like my last film I put on a credit card, and it was just way more manageable, a $30,000 to $50,000 budget. Whereas Ping Pong Summer, to do it right and to make it feel like an artifact from the era, which was our goal, to shoot on Super 16 and sort of clear real music from the era, it was important to do that. But it's tough to say the line between where's the sincerity, and it's the sincere love for these movies, but they're kind of campy movies at the same time. So it gets a little bit confusing even for me as the person who made it.
Wow. And what I was very, very pleased with is that you have obviously this incredible cast of comedic actors, but you let these two kids do their thing. You know, and they do their thing.
Yeah, it was important to me. You know, we were getting a lot of, once Susan Sarandon committed to the project and we started getting some, you know, names in the adult roles, of course, Hollywood and New York, I started getting some videos sent, so like agencies were sending their kid actors, and not to sort of say they were wrong or they were bad, but I really wanted to cast local talent. I thought it was important. And then someone like Emmy Shockley, who plays Stacy, who has a slight Maryland accent, is really beautiful, is a great actor. When you get an email from her saying, like, I wanted to be an actor my whole life, and I live in Ocean City, that's when you're like, why would we ship someone in from New York or LA when we have, like, the perfect person here? And to their credit, the producers supported that decision, which, you know, can be risky when you're talking about low seven figures and you're making a movie for real money. That question comes into play of like, do we have to get real kid actors who have agents and are from LA and on TV shows? And I just thought that would have totally disrespected the sincerity of the movie.